today's video with this masterboard. So just recently I showed I released the video for March 2023 Your Creative Studio unboxing. And okay, looks like we're gonna get some help from my kitty. This is Malik, everyone. Hi, Malik. They're fighting over the water dish that's right over there. But yeah, they'll move on. Anyway, so I've set some things aside from the Your Creative Studio box. I was really excited about the bee themes that were in it. Not real excited about the colors. For any of you who know me, yellow is a difficult color for me, so we're gonna have a challenge there. I pulled out some leftover scrapbook paper that I had from another project, and there's some littler pieces over there that we'll be using for this. But what I'm going to do is create some ephemera just to keep on hand, and for a bead journal that I'm going to make and put in my Etsy shop. So today's video is starting with this particular masterboard. And then I pulled out two other master boards that I had as well, and I've already cut those. So I'm going to show you how I cut these boards up, and then I will show you what we end up getting out of them. So first of all, I don't like to look at the design on a master board when I cut it up, because then I will over fuss. And all I need to know is that this is a vertical paper design. So I'm going to flip it over, and I have some measurements that I want to have on hand. So basically what I do, oh, look at this. I also learned a lesson about the Your Creative Studio tissue paper. It's wax coated, so ink doesn't stay, and it made a mess. I will figure out how to deal with that later. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 5-inch cut through the whole thing, because I want at least one board that is 5 by 7. This is kind of lopsided-y. Let's make it not, it wrinkled a bit. It wrinkled a bit in the gluing process. That's okay. It'll all work out later, but there we go. I think I need a new blade quite badly. That's all right. And then, yeah, I do want this to be 5 by 7. And the reason is because I'm going to make an uncut sheet of ATC, Artist Trading Cards. And that is a 5 by 7 when you make them uncut. So there's one piece. And then we have this. And I think I'm just going to cut this in half. So it'll be 2.5 inches. So does that mean I ended up with 2 more trading cards? Nope, these are bigger. So maybe we'll turn those into tags or something. And then we have this long strip left. And I can do a few things with this. One of the things I should do with this is a large tag. So how wide is this? I like to do the length, or the longer part of a tag, approximately 1.5 times the width of a tag. So this is 3.5 inches. 2 times that would be 7 inches. So I'll just go a little under that. Let's just go 6.5. Should we go 6.5, 3.5 by 6.5? Why not? We'll do that. Now we have another little piece left over, and I maybe should have gone smaller. Because you know what? I don't have a proper bookmark size out of this. I am going to cut some little future tag pieces. Let's make this 2 inches. This is 1.5 then, and it's 1.5 by what? Approximately 4.5. So 2 1/4, 1.5 by 2 1/4. That's a nice tiny tag, right? That's a nice tiny tag or tiny card, sure. And then we have this piece left over. Wonder if we should just leave this piece as it is. It's not really big enough for a bookmark per se. It's not proper for a belly band. It's vertical, so it could be a side tuck. I don't know. I think I'm going to leave that the way it is. Who knows what it'll be. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what we end up with when we do this. I didn't over fuss about the patterns and the pictures because I turned it upside down and just worried about what kinds of sizes I might want. And here's what we get out of it. That is a beautiful base for 4 artist trading cards. We'll be making those in just a little bit. This bigger piece is our big tag. So picture the corners cut off of that. So it's tag shaped. We could round the bottoms if we want. And that's a beautiful base for a tag. We have this miscellaneous piece. Don't know what that's going to be. But that's a nice base too. I like it. What do we have here? Okay, so we have these 2 tags. Goes that way. It might not matter in the end, but I don't want the horse's head upside down right now. So imagine the corners cut off, and yeah, that's a nice smaller tag size. What about this one? Oh, I like that one. I like this one better than the horse one. That's a lovely background. And we got 2 tiny tags worth of background. They are not that impressive, right? But they're backgrounds. It's okay. It's okay. Now, just super quickly, this was, these master boards were done in a smaller magazine. So the pieces are not exactly the same, but I did it the same way. There's a nice bookmark. I turned the page over and just cut sizes that I kind of wanted, or I thought I would want. And here's what I ended up with in one of the sets. So you see I have a super neutral tone in the one that we just cut. I have a very yellow and purple with a lot of the green, but I count green as a neutral. I don't know about you guys, but it's so prevalent in nature and so in everything that when I am making anything nature bound, nature styled, I don't know, I count green as a neutral. And the last one, oops, this is mixed up. This goes in here. The last one is missing a bunch of pieces. Kitties may have been here helping previously, but you can see that it's much more the yellows with the black and whites. I don't know where the rest of the pieces are, but I did identical cuts to the one with the purple. So I have exactly the same pieces. So we're going to do bead journals in 3 different ways: neutrals, contrast, monochrome. Nice. That's going to be fun. And through the magic of time travel, here we are. We're going to work on the first ATC card set. I have prepared a bunch of stuff to this side. If things look very different, it's because they are, and a bunch of stuff to this side. And we're going to work on the brown and green uncut ATC cards. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a very faint line where this would end up getting cut if it's cut into the actual cards, the separate cards. And I'm going to do it that way, and 1, 2, 3.5 right there. Okay. And this way, vertical and horizontal. Let's bring the camera in closer, shall we? I hope it's not the mess on my desk you're here to watch. Now we're all lopsided. There, that's a little better. There we go. All right, so I have some lines marked. You can see it a little bit. You can see it up here a little bit. That might be all you can see on camera. I can see it a little better right here. And for this vintagey kind of brown and vintagey green one, I have chosen some things from your Creative Studio box. One of the things that I chose was the sunflowers from the pad of sticky notes. So I just cut the flower part out, and I want to add to the background I want to add some pieces from the Your Creative Studio box to the background of this, so that I'm changing the background just a little bit to make it Your Creative Studio, right? So I'm umming a lot because it's hard to concentrate on work and record at the same time. I'm not that adept quite yet. So I'm just going to lay things out. Think with the little bit of sticky there is on there, I can lay things out and take a look at how they're going to play. So I'm thinking I'm going to add these down the middle, and then I have some cut out bees. These are not from the Your Creative Studio box. These are from a different thing that it's a printable digital thing that I have. And I think I want to put a bee on each section. I don't know that this will stay this way. I do have a bunch more pieces in case, you know, the whole idea changes. But I do want to lay out some pieces just to see how much space I actually have, just see what kind of feel I actually want, that kind of stuff. One of the tricky things about this, and one of the exciting things about this, is that it's going to work as one whole piece if you do it right. I don't always do it right. And it's going to work if you cut it apart. Then I have the labels from the Your Creative Studio box, and those were very, there was a whole stack of them that were very vintagey. So I'm going to pull those over and see if I can't use them. I'm not good at using my labels. I don't know about you, but I find them awkward, and I'm never quite sure what to do with them and how. And I think it's because I'm too literal of a thinker. So I think you have to have something centered in a label, and it has to be labeling something, and that's just not true. If you've watched some other artists who do the same craft I do, they're much better at expanding their brains around labels. And I would imagine you get better at it the more you do it. So I'm just looking at the different shapes that I have here. These are all pretty little. But I don't think I want to add another color. I think that one's out because I don't think I want to add pink. I don't think so. I can't even tell what this is. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Okay, so there's the labels that I think will work with this, and I have a bunch of words that I cut out because I like to add sentiments to all my cards. Now, I do have some other stuff I can add to the background. I don't know if I'm going to or not. So let's just continue laying this out a little bit and see what we're thinking. So, what if I had a label under here, right there, and what if it said, be brave? See, I'm not being very, I'm being literal, but I mean, I guess that's just the way I am. I'm being very literal with my labels. They're labeling. What if we use this one up here? This has a bunch of lighter colors on the top and darker colors on the bottom, which I really love, but it also allows me to then pull down this card with the lighter background. And then it's a color, it's a tone repeat. I like repeats. They make everything feel so cohesive. How about Be Wild in that one? What if I did a number 5? Oh, okay, wait. Got some numbers over here. What if I put a number up here? That seems smart. That seems smart. And then maybe we have to look for another number because, you know, do things in 3s. Of course, this is a 4-space card, so we'll see. How about we change the font and put a Just Be up there? It's under, okay, there's a piece of acetate here. Oh, funny. Oh, there's a bunch of acetate right here. It's making me not able to pick up my stuff. Okay, let's try. What if we change fonts and we have a Just Be? And we'll have it a little offset, the label. It's hard to tell when it won't sit right. I don't like that at all. That's not looking right. I think this B is too big for this. What if I put that way up and this over and this over? That means his wings are going to end up in the neighboring card. What if I put him this way? That might work better. I still don't like it though. I don't think I like this one. I wish you were here right now. I wish this was a live show because then you could tell me what you think and throw ideas out. All right, and then we have one more. We got a B down here. And maybe we put him on the flower because he looks like he's on the flower. Maybe we don't. I don't know. Put him up there. I don't like this bee either. I might need new bees, guys. I might need new bees. Let's, I have that one. I have that one. Let's do the oval one. And we'll call the oval one Be Free. Be free, be brave, be wild, just be. Or be kind. I like be kind, and I haven't used that yet at all. Okay, I think I am mumbling, and I think I am too quiet, and I think I forgot to bring my microphone down a little bit so that I would be heard properly. It's an interesting morning, that's for sure. Okay. So, what do we think of this layout? I'm going to hold it down and then I'm going to look in the screen for just a minute. There are parts of this I like, and there are parts of this I definitely do not like. So I think first thing I'm going to do is try to switch these bees. While I'm doing this, I'll tell you a funny story. When I was a kid, I was not very squeamish about very many things at all. But I was squeamish about certain bugs. Spiders, bees, scorpions, some others I can't think of. But not all bugs, just certain bugs, okay? And I was so squeamish about them that if they were on a piece of paper, just a picture like the ones we're looking at right now, and I would turn the page of a book, I couldn't touch the part of the book that the bug was on. And I would get the gibblies, creepy crawlies, if I turned a page and found that I had touched a bug on the back side of a page. So, this particular ATC card set is demonstrating personal growth. Okay, I'm liking this better. I like this bee better up here. I don't like that these two cards are having bees point the same way. What if I go like this? That's better. And that's better. And this, I don't know. What if he's up here? Be wild. Be wild, bee child. Okay, that doesn't even make sense, but you know. Let's see what we get. Nope, those are too similar now too. Alright, what if we do this? Can we have a bee flying into the picture, down to the flower? I don't like that at all. That's going to drive me nuts. I don't know about you guys, but what if he's up? Just straight up. Straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Yeah, it's morning. Yeah, not enough coffee, guys. My brain is a little wonky. All right. I'm kind of liking the ideas that are going on here. So I am going to pause the video again so that I can do some edging. I'm going to put some ink around the edges of all these different pieces, and then I will come back and we will put it together and perfect the layout. Hopefully. Sounds good. Be right back. And again, through the magic of time travel, or, you know, the pause button, we are ready to move on. I have done edging on all the pieces, and we're going to start putting this thing together. First, let's put on the sunflowers, because I am definitely happy with the idea of them going down the center. So we'll get some glue stick on the back of these puppies. So I was using Vintage Photo to do this, and I discovered that I have cross-contaminated my inks so much that it was more forest moss than Vintage Photo, and I'm okay with that because it matches anyway. But yeah, My vintage photo was really dry, so I re-inked it, and even though I re-inked it, it still came out forest mossy. My. What have I done? So, yeah. I may need a new vintage photo. Because I believe I've ruined the one I own. Okay, I think that's where I want them. So I'm aiming for the center line this way and this way to keep this flower under this line and to make it so if these are cut apart, they're cut apart with a flower on each side. I will show better what I mean by that as soon as we're done gluing all these pieces on. So let's take a look at all of the sections again. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can get this to sit better. Sit down, thing. There. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got a number 5 and a just B, and we got a B. And now I've changed this around again. I kind of like that though. It's different than what I had before, but I think I like it better. Now, down here we have Be Brave. Let's put it off kilter so I'm not being so rigid with my stuff. And let's put this B that way. Maybe his wing is out like that. Okay, now we have the roundy one with Be Free. I think since I'm being brave, I will put this sticking out a different direction also. Have it like that maybe. And maybe like this. Oh, I've changed this one up completely too. Do I like it? I think I'm just not in love with this corner section no matter what, really. I'm just not liking it. Maybe we switch this supply. Pile. So what about Be Wild down here? And we'll put this guy there, and a ticket and a sentiment. Be Wild. Kind of like that. I kind of like that. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I made a few changes. I made quite a few changes, didn't I? My goodness. Look at me being brave. I'm being brave. All right, let's get some. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do here. I guess I'll do this first. And I'll get it cattywampus on the ticket. And then I'll get the ticket down. My glue stick is a little overheated. So it's being overly mushy. Ugh, making a big mess. Okay, let's do our Be Wild. Let's do that right there. Don't completely cover up the numbers. We want those. And then we'll put our B. B, B, B. Okay. One decision done. Good job. Let's glue. I'm going to get my different glue and put a dot under here so that I can have these two stay the way I want them. Let go of me. And then we'll put the Brave piece on. I wish I had some clever stuff to talk about. You know, when I'm not filming, I think, oh, I should just bring that up and we can talk about it while I'm doing stuff like gluing, and we can sit and discuss things. But then when it comes to it, like right now, I can't think of the things I was supposed to say. The smart thing to do would be to write down notes. But I guess I'll forgive myself, right? Because I am just getting back on track. And then in the future, you guys should look forward to insightful, witty conversation at the same time as we're doing art together. I'm sure that's what will happen. All right, we're going to be brave and make a commitment and glue this guy down. Let's see if we can straighten out the camera again. There we go. Okay, 2 more spaces to go. 2 more spaces to go. Just a little from the glue stick, and I think I'm going to put this on more than it was. A little less kittywampus than it was. There we go. I just thought it left too much blank area on the tag. So we're going to go Be Free on this one. And there's our B next. And we're going to have our B kind of flying off, sort of depicting Be Free. Go, little bee. Go, little bee. Be free, little bee. Last one. This one is a cluster all together. So first we need a little dab right here on the corner of the 5, because we're going to have this one really offset. And we're going to make this a cluster. So we're going to put our B just like that. So I'm going to put a little more here and a little right there. Get this guy to sit where I want him. There we go. Now if I could stop gluing things to my fingers, we'd be golden. I never claimed to be neat and tidy about this art business. Nope, just not so neat and tidy. All right, I have a feeling I am talking way too quiet again. I hope that's not the truth through this whole video. Otherwise, what in the world is the point of making a video if you're just gonna hush? Let's go right there. Uh-oh, no, I don't like it. Scoot up, 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 up. No. Down, down, down. Ugh. No, up. Shoot. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. Ish. Don't want it in the middle. That's just a waste. Okay, there. I guess we're going to leave it there because it stopped moving. Can't move it anymore. Now, let's trim up the edges. So we're going to trim little bits of the flower and this little extra bee. And it looks like I didn't glue straight, so let's clean that up when I put the backing paper on. This is just an aged paper of some sort from a pile that I have. You can see some of the advertising from the catalog it was from before, but it's all right. I have ways to fix that later. Now I am going to use the vintage photo box just to do an edge all the way around this. If this is cut then by me or by another person, they might want to edge the other parts of the cards also, but it's certainly not necessary. There we go. All right, I want a little bit more there. A little bit more there, and let's go once around the back. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. So we have a bent corner. I got a little aggressive. There we go. A little over aggressive there, lady. So there we go. There is the green. This is the vintagey kind of look one. The vintagey kind of bees card. The other sets, I've also done the 5x7s off camera. And here is the monochrome yellow one. And here is the yellow and purple one. All of these still have spaces. You could add lace to these, or washi tapes to these, or tabs to these, whatever happens to come to mind right, and whatever fits the book that they go into. So if these are going to go into a journal that I make, I may or may not cut them apart, which I've said entirely too many times so far. And then once I've decided the look for the journal that they would go in, I might want to add little bits of whatever to make it cohesive with the rest of that journal. So I will grab 2 sheets of paper that are not ripped apart. It's hard to find on my desk, and I'll show you what these will look like. So if I cut these into ATC cards, there's one, cute, and there's one. Whoops, I'm off screen a little bit. There we go. Here's the other one. And then on the other side, there's one. Oops, where in the world are my lines? There we go. There's one. And there's one. Well, that one's looking pretty sparse, isn't it? I might have to do something to accent those flowers down there. And then on the next one, I'll show again. Hopefully I can go quicker because I'm having trouble. This was my least favorite for a long time. I was having trouble with this one, and now I really like it. And then there and there. And the last one, let's see what those cards would end up looking like. This one's going to be a little more difficult to see the line. There's one. Happy with that. There's one. Oh, be free. Off he goes. Happy with that. This one. Still not thrilled with that bee, but I'm happier with it than I was before. And this one. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So that is how those are going to go. And this is from the Your Creative Studio box. Of course, I added my own master board and some of my own supplies as well. But just to show you what is from the Your Creative Studio box, it is this paper, this roll of flowers right here, right? And this flower right here. Is that all there is on that one? That's all there is. On this side, it's the stamp there, and the stamp under here, and this paper under here, and the washi tape. Oh, and a vellum, a vellum section right there. So that one's got quite a bit more. And lastly, this one has the Post-it notes and the labels. Yep. So lots of stuff got used. Lots of pieces of stuff. Now I would use matching stuff to go inside the journals that these go in. Again, repeating the patterns and the colors and whatever to make everything cohesive. So I'll take the other versions of this particular paper. Oh, wait, there's some of the tissue paper too, back here. That's right. So I'll take some of the other forms of this paper and some of the tissue paper and whatever else I want that would fit in. Some more of these flower cards probably. For this one, I'd use more of the washi tape and the stamps. For this one, I would use more of the labels if I figure out how. I'm not very good at labels, etc. So that is all for this part of the video. When I come back and on another video, we have all of these different pieces to do to make cohesive sets to go in our books. So yeah, I will come back and we will make more stuff to have an ephemera sets for these journals. All right, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.